Hello, friends. How are you? It's Jen. It's Monday, June 11th. I can't believe we're almost halfway through the year. Oh my gosh. Is it going fast for everyone? I can't believe it was just January. I don't know where the time is going. So, I'm going to give it a few minutes for people to come on. But if you're on, say hi. We'd love to hear from you. Let's just see if I could change this. Oh my God, all of these little... Maybe I should do the live like this. Maybe I will. Gotta add a little fun into your life, right? Oh wow, there's so many icons. Okay. Could do another test live at some point. Okay. So the topic for today is how to use past relationships as a stepping stone to getting what you want in a new relationship. And I wanted to do a live on this topic because through my clients and through people that I talk to, I see so many women holding on to past resentment, holding on to anger from past relationships, and it's kind of a block that does not allow them to move forward and to really call in what they're truly looking for and what they truly want. And just a side note, this is why I always talk about getting really clear on what you want in a relationship, right? In a partner, because if you don't know, you always are going to be somewhat of a victim to your circumstance and kind of just go along with the wind. Like whatever the universe delivers to you, it's going to be like, oh, well, he'll be fine. It's okay. He has this quality that I really like. Doesn't matter that he doesn't have any of the other qualities that suck. You know what I mean? So it's really important to get really clear on what you want in a relationship. And I talk about this all the time. So if you have not done that yet, I highly suggest and invite you to do that soon. If you're single or even if you're in a relationship that you're not quite happy with, really get clear on what you're looking for. So it's part of what I'm going to talk about tonight. And I see a lot of women who either are in relationships or are stuck on a relationship that they had that was broken up. And tell me if this sounds like you. So if you are in a relationship, if you have these feelings like are trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, like really trying to make this relationship work, but things keep coming up that make it pretty much impossible. If you are wishing things could be different between the two of you, there are things that you really like, but for the majority of the time, you're not getting along, and you just wish that everything could be different. It could be better. Or you're hanging on to the things that you really like about the person, the good times, the good qualities. You're really hanging on to that, but overlooking all of the other things that are really, deal breakers, just not treating you well, not speaking to you in a nice manner, or getting angry very quickly, being possessive, the list goes on and on and on. Whatever the quality is that doesn't lend itself to be a good relationship, but you're holding on to all of those other good things because people do have good qualities. So if you're holding on to that, or, holding on for hope that things are going to get better. So if this sounds familiar to you and you are in that situation, whether it's a present relationship or a past relationship, like you just keep hoping and wishing like that person will come back around, or things are going to get better, like let me know in the comments, because this is a topic that comes up over and over again. But I want to teach you and really share with you how to really use that situation that you have, as a stepping stone to get to what you really, really, really want in a relationship. I'm just going to take a drink of water. Like my little glass, my moon glass with the stars. So I also want to shift your perception on what these relationships are. I mean, relationships is such a deep topic, and there's so many layers to them and so many reasons why people come into our lives. But the two things that I want to focus on are, one, the relationships that come into our lives are really mirrors to what we still need to work on within ourselves, and like our shadow sides, like things that need to be healed, things that show us where our dark sides are, like if we have low self-esteem, or if we have a low self-worth, if we, there are still parts of ourselves that need to be loved. That relationship or that partner will mirror all of that to you. So there's that piece for relationships, on what they will show you. And the second thing that I believe, and I don't know if a lot of people talk about this, but I think relationships along the way, if you think back to all of the ones that you've had, really, really show you what you want, truly, truly, truly want in a relationship. Things that you may not have even discovered or knew until you met that person. So I'm going to give you an example. I've always dated really conventional men, and I don't mean this in a bad or good way, just conventional, like very traditional, and working 9 to 5, and just like that conventional guy. And that was my pattern all my life, until I met a guy that I became really good friends with, and we ended up dating, and he just totally shifted my perception on what I want in a relationship. And it was really eye-opening, because he showed me that I need somebody who is not so conventional, and who really is outside of the box in a lot of aspects. Like a very, what's the word? Free spirit, very, not so conventional in jobs or in the line of work that they do. Someone who's like more creative. And honestly, if I did not meet this person, I don't think I would have discovered that about myself as soon as I did. So it was really an eye-opening experience for me. Now, the relationship itself wasn't very great at all. It wasn't very healthy. It really did not. I mean, I believe relationships should bring out the best in you. It did not bring out the best in me. It just was not the best relationship for me. So, but it did teach me a lot. So I invite you to look at these past relationships and see what nuggets you can pull from them. Like what are the lessons that you can learn from the past relationship? What did they teach you about yourself? What did they teach you about what you want? How you want to be treated? What kind of relationship you truly want in the future? And that is a way to really kind of move on from them. Now, I know it's really difficult to do this because, of course, our feelings get involved, and we're really hanging on to all of the good qualities. When I broke up with this guy, it took me a good 3 years to get over him. And looking back, if I had the tools that I do now to utilize, I probably would not have, it would not have taken me that long to get over him. Um, it was really hard because I was doing all of those things that I just talked about. I was wishing that it could be different. I was fantasizing that maybe he'll change. I was focusing on all of the good things about him, and thinking like, okay, how can I make this work? How can I make this work? And I was really holding myself back from meeting other people because I had all of those feelings tied up with him still. Um, so if I had the tools that I do now that I'm going to share with you, then it wouldn't have taken me that long, I don't think. But there's a whole learning process that goes along with it, and there's divine timing also. So please do not feel any shame, if you are still in this space where you think that you're not over somebody. Like, there's no shame in it at all. Everything is in divine timing and everything is perfect. So wherever you are in this journey is totally fine. But I just like to share these things with you so to make the journey a little bit easier, so you're not suffering as much as I did. I mean, just really, really being in that heartache space for a really long time is just not fun. And there are things that you can do to kind of lessen that until you're able to heal completely. So let me just look at my notes, and I don't want to forget anything. Let me see. If you're on, say hi. Let's see. Okay, so I kind of touched upon this, but if there's part of the relationship that you like, part of a quality or something that you're really, really like about this person, and you trick yourself into thinking, I am never going to find this again with anybody else. Like, this is, I see, also is very, very common. Like, the women that I work with, people that I speak to, if they're in a relationship that's not great, they will hold on to these one or two qualities that will trick them into thinking that they can't find it with anybody else. And it's really a trap. It's really a trap to keep you in a situation that is not serving you, and a relationship that's not serving you, because I promise you, you deserve better. And sometimes we have to stay in these situations until we learn the lesson, right? So just to be aware of this is key. Even if you're just aware and you may not take any action on it, but at least you're aware that sometimes there's a learning experience that's going on. But don't fall into this trap, because I promise you there are other people out there. Like, I say this all the time, there's 8 billion people in the world. I promise you there is somebody out there who will have that quality, and then plus all of the other qualities that you deserve in a relationship. So you don't have to settle because they have this one amazing quality that you think you will never, ever, ever find again. Another thing that I just thought of is sometimes women will think, oh, he makes me feel a certain way. I didn't think that I could feel this way again. So they hold on to that. But, they're an alcoholic, or they treat them badly, or they don't, they're not reliable, or whatever the case is. But they hold on to that one thing. And it just really keeps them stuck. So there are a few things that you can do. And again, awareness is key. So if you find yourself in this situation, and you find yourself in a place where you believe you are being held back because of past relationships or even a current one, and it's not allowing you to move forward, not allowing you to have the space to allow that other person to come in. Because when we're holding on to these feelings, whatever the feelings are, anger, resentment, longing, hopefulness, you know, just that feeling of angst or the feeling of like heartache, that fills us up and does not allow, actually repels other people coming into our lives that are better suited for us. So if you're finding yourself in this situation, I invite you to forgive. Really, first of all, thank the relationship. Thank it. Give thanks. Even if it ended poorly and the person treated you like shit, give thanks to it, because there's so many lessons in these relationships. There's so much gold in them. And if you are in the space where you can pick that out and you can see the lessons and you can see what you've learned, then you're ahead of the game. Give thanks to this, because these are teachers. These are your teachers that are showing you things that you need to work on, discoveries about yourself, maybe even realizing what your worth is. So thank the relationship, and then do a lot of forgiveness work, because sometimes, the relationships don't end very well. And there's a lot of angry feelings, and, people are not being treated well and all of that, the whole thing. So do a lot of forgiveness work around that. And if you're not ready for that, then you're not ready for that right now. But just know that it's something that you should be doing. I shouldn't say should, but I invite you to, look at that as an opportunity to practice forgiveness. Because forgiveness is not condoning what the person did. It's really just like clearing the energy between the two of you, so you can move on, so they can move on, and then you can move on. Because holding that and the resentment is not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for the person. So doing a lot of forgiveness work, doing a lot of clearing, and that's a little bit of deep work to be doing, especially if it's something that's been going on for a really long time. Like, I believe, we have a lot of past lives with our significant others, or even friends, whoever we come in contact with. There's a lot of past life stuff that needs to be cleared. That's a lot of deep work. So I invite you to just be aware and to begin that process of forgiveness. And number 2 is to really look at the qualities that you loved about this person. Like, look at everything, write it down, write down all of the things that made your heart sing, write all of the things that they did that just made you fall in love with this person. Because I promise you, these are the things that are meant for you. They're totally meant for you. So if you recognize them, pull them out, write them down on a piece of paper. Those are the things that you want to be looking for in somebody else as well. And you also want to write down the things that you didn't like either, because this is also another good learning opportunity to know what you don't want in a person. So the next time it comes around, if it does, then you can stop it quicker and not perpetuate it, not entertain it. Because a lot of times I see women entertaining or tolerating the same behavior over and over again, and it will keep showing up until you stop, until you not tolerate that. So write all of those down too, because we tend to forget, like what this person did or didn't do. And I don't mean, well, actually, yeah, I mean like anything, like even little habits that you don't like. Sometimes you have to put up with those if the person is just so great in other areas, you could put up with those things. But just write it all down, the good qualities and the qualities that you did not like. And it's just to bring awareness to what you want in a partner, which is what I was talking about before, really getting clear on what you want. Because then the universe is able to deliver to you exactly. Like, you don't go to a restaurant and sit there and expect the waiter to bring you exactly what you want. They're not going to know until you tell them. Like, you look at the menu, you say, okay, I want the pasta dish, and then they bring you exactly what you asked for. Pasta dish, no cheese, light on the pepper, a little bit of parsley, like whatever it is, like you tell them exactly what you want and they bring it to you. Same thing with the universe. So get clear, get really clear. And I know sometimes it's hard to declare what you want because we're often afraid to ask for it in fear of not getting it. But that will keep you stuck. That will totally keep you stuck in this limbo phase where you may be getting and meeting men that are not aligned with what you want, or they may be half aligned with what you want, and the other part is not really what you're looking for. So get really clear. And the third thing is to create a list. Okay, create a list of all of the qualities that you're looking for, which is what I just said, but even the things that you discovered that you didn't know that you wanted. And really focus on those too, because each person will show you a different piece of yourself that you or different quality that you're really, really looking for. Like I said with my past relationship, like it was eye-opening for me. So use these relationships as an opportunity to learn more about yourself. And when you can shift your perception on that and look at it that way, instead of this person did this to me, this person, becoming the victim, getting into that victim role, like, oh, they did this thing to me and they cheated on me and whatever the case is. Instead of getting into that victim role, which is so disempowering, really look at the lessons that you learned from this relationship and then let go. Let go. And I know that's difficult. I know it's easier said than done, but it really will set you free and it will set the person free as well. And then believe. Like, belief is such a powerful thing. Like, if we are living life in disbelief over whether or not we can have what we want, whether or not we can have the relationship that we want, it really blocks us from receiving what's available to us. Now, if we can think it and we have that desire, I talk about this all the time, that desire that we have in us is for us. So believing is just like gratitude. Believing is like the fuel that will bring that thing to you quicker. So do a lot of belief work and really affirmations. Every morning, write down what you want. Write it in the sense that it has already happened. I met the love of my life. He X, Y, and Z looks like this. He, whatever the case is. And allow yourself to be a magnet for that person. Allow yourself to be that beacon for that person to come into your life, because the disbelief, the doubt, the longing for somebody else really dims that light that is in you. It dims it, and it doesn't allow the universe to find you, or it doesn't allow the universe to deliver what you want, because you're still clogged with all of these feelings, all of these feelings that you need to forgive, and the resentment and all of that. So once you clear all of that out, then you're able to be a recipient for what you truly deserve. So I hope this video has served you, and I hope these tips will help you. And this just scratches the surface. There's a lot of deep work that goes into this, because there's a lot of self-worth, there's a lot of self-esteem, there's a lot of self-love piece that goes into all of this, because if we don't feel deserving, all of this work is really not going to, it's going to help, but you really need to be able to have that self-worth piece. Know you're worthy without a man. Know you're worthy of being treated like a queen. Know you're worthy of getting exactly what you want. And once you have that piece in place, then things will flow a little bit easier. But so this just scratches the surface. So if you're looking for deeper work around this, let me know. This is what I do as a coach. I help women to become like that beacon of light so they can meet the one that they want. really working on self-esteem and self-worth issues, so that they can have the confidence, that they can feel that they are ready for that relationship. So let me know if this resonates with you at all. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.